What's up, everyone? It's popping in. I'm just getting everything set up. Mary, Julie, what is up? Tara, Tony. Who else? Cal, Naples, Bum. I see all in there. Let me get a giveaway started for y'all. Crystal. See Dawn. Who's that? Chill. All right. Hold on. I'm getting all this set up. Y'all let me know if you can hear me back here. And I'm going to be looking over this way. I just wanted to have this here so that y'all could see this. If you can see it all goes all the way over there too. Or you can't even see that row. It goes farther that way. All right, YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to be on Whatnot. What is up? You can hear me. Awesome. I have the wireless mic on YouTube and Facebook. I need to get one to plug into. That's an iPad, so I don't have a connection for the iPad. But let me get a giveaway started for y'all on Whatnot. 1 second. I was running a little late, guys, because I brought all this in from outside. It was getting dark. So let me get everything set up. Bear with me for a few minutes. YouTube and Facebook. I'll get you a link. On YouTube, it's pinned to the top, the comment. And it's in the description. What am I supposed to do on the giveaways? You got to get over to Whatnot. I'm going to put 1 second. All right, there's Whatnot. Get a $15 credit if you're going over there. And that's where we're going to be having the giveaways. When you're over on Whatnot, at the top, there'll be a little button. Once you make an account over there, you get a $15 credit to shop with. And then there's a little button at the top. All you have to do is push that button. We're going to be having giveaways like all night. Last night, what did we have? Something like 12 or 16 giveaways. And hold on, I'm getting you guys set up. Whatnot, I'm getting y'all set up. Shipments, shows. And if y'all can't hear me because my mic is way over there, I wanted to get a wide shot so you could see all this. If I bring you in close, you're only going to see about this much of it. So I figure we'll start the show out and I'll put it out about this big so you can see everything. So this is all the stuff I was telling you. This is half of what we're going outside. So you can imagine like twice as many. We harvested half of this already. All right. All right, we're gonna start off. I'm just gonna put up a seed giveaway, which is our little packet of microgreen seeds, 8, just to get started. Then we'll do other things, all right? But just so y'all are sitting there not doing anything, this gives you something to do when I'm getting set up, all right? All right, there you go. All right, and y'all over here, double tap or give me a little thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. And if you can't, we'll have to mess around with all this and then bring you in closer, but you won't be able to see everything. All right, you can hear? I'll just try to speak up, all right? And then the chat over here, let me get one more thing. Let's see if this will work. Get a little magnifier. might help a little bit. Alrighty, cool. All right, so the giveaway's going. If anybody has any questions, this is grown with our microgreen grower, the ones that go in a wide mouth. Some people thought we had regular mouth. All we made is wide mouth for these because the regular mouth is a little smaller, so this gets even smaller. All of this up here, if you guys weren't here a few weeks ago when I started, these are just these jars. All right. I got these. Let me see if how Facebook and YouTube, their cameras is doing. All right. So Facebook and YouTube can see too. All right. So with this, everybody shouldn't get upset. Cameras at the same place. I got this at the Dollar Tree, right? Used to be $1. Now it's like $1.50 or something. And it had a metal lid. I just took the metal lids off and tossed them out. It's clear. This is the vinyl stickers like you see in the arts and crafts where they put them in the Cricut machines and that, and they cut out the vinyl letters. They had it at the Dollar Tree too. And it was $1 a piece. And then now it's like 2 for $1. I think they're going to get rid of it. But anywhere that they've got like vinyl, stick on vinyl, you can use that. This has been on here for over a year and it's still good. And we've been washing it. It washes up really easy, cleans up really nice. So even when the plants, their dead leaves and that are stuck on here, you can see it cleans up real nice, right? So anyhow, we had a bunch of these and I ran out of our mason jars. You can see all the mason jars over here. So basically all of these fit the mason jars. So I used up the mason jars and we had a bunch of these. So on plant, this is broccoli sprouts, guys. Now, somebody was asking about broccoli. I don't have any with me right now, but there's some on the way. So probably by next week, we'll have some. Let me see. I'm so excited to start growing microgreens. Got the adapters today. Hannah, awesome. Awesome. This is great. All good here. Don't want any added giveaways as I live in Scotland. Okay, cool. So somebody's tuning in from Scotland. Awesome. So YouTube and Facebook, I dropped the link. I'll drop it one more time. Facebook, I'm going to have to come in here and keep dropping it in the comments. But we're over on Whatnot, and they have giveaways. They make giveaways really easy over here. I have to get emails. The people who won last week, I've got your seeds and the things that you want, an adapter on the way. And if anybody wants to jump into Whatnot, you get a $15 credit. So we're going to be over here setting up on Whatnot. And I'm going to have to jump back and forth so I can see. You're feeding the world, Mike. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Oh, Jerry. How are you doing, Jerry? Jerry Mary. So which adapter fits those jars? This, I don't make them and sell them. All I did was print enough for me. This was a test. I don't want to get too many adapters and all that because this, you can do the same thing with the mason jars. It's just, this is what I had. I didn't want to go out and buy 2 more cases of mason jars. So basically, I'm just showing you guys what's possible. You're probably not going to grow this much, but some of you have a big family, right? Or if you're juicing, and a lot of you know, if you take this, some of you dehydrate, right? And you turn it into powder. So you can grow a bunch like this. Guys, this is less than 2 weeks, right? You can grow a bunch like this, take one day, cut it all down, put it in your dehydrator, grind it up into powder, right? So that's why you might grow some, because some people came on before I even had this up here. Some people were just seeing this and they were going, how do you eat that much greens, right? Who won? SM Blue Bonnet. Congratulations. You won the first pack of seeds. Y'all let me know what you want for a giveaway next, and double tap if you want a giveaway. But some of y'all know if you go ahead and dehydrate it and you powder stuff, that you need a lot of stuff to do that, right? And if you use it for stir fries, you're going to take a big bunch of them and cook it down. So you actually need to grow a whole lot. If you're just growing one, it's going to take, it's not going to go very far. But let me show you this, guys. So this is the one here. I'll grab one off of here. Look at this. All right. This is done with that cosmetic sponge. What kind of greens are those? This one's broccoli. Let me see if any Look, here's a true leaf coming in. So you see the little round leaves? The round leaves are the cotyledons. That's the first leaf. That's actually what the microgreens are. Then you have what's called the true leaf, is the one, oh, here's the big one. One that looks like the actual leaf of the plant. Right there. So see, it's not a little round leaf anymore. So that's the true leaf coming in. But these came out really good. Like I said, I'm trying some more. This one right here, just planted, right? And this one's done with paper towel. And I tried to show you the roots yesterday. You can see the roots are already growing a little bit more, right? Let me move my hand. See that? So you can see the roots coming down right from the middle. So they went right through the paper towel. It's like all around it. When they had the cosmetic sponge, they were trying to get around, or the cosmetic pad, they were trying to get around it. So this is what the cosmetic pad, it does work, but we're trying it out with the paper towels, so you don't have to go out and buy anything, because I think everyone's got paper towel at their house, right? Now we took this, like I said, we harvested half of it with that. People are wondering, you know, the cosmetic wipes that they use for the makeup and nail polish and all of that. These came out of here like really well. I'm not going to pull it out because I want to leave it in there and this can keep growing. These big ones up here, you can start to harvest this, and there's some smaller ones here. You can probably let it go because there's a lot of nutrients in here. When we harvested it, I've got a video that will be in our video. Watch out on YouTube and Facebook. We just grabbed this whole thing, picked it up, and just like the peas, here, I'll do one of the peas. Here, this one's getting a little scraggy. Like he's sitting over there. He's not getting much light. So see the difference? See these here that are under the light? And see how this one is kind of struggling? Because he's sitting over there and he's kind of leaning up towards the light. And he's getting long and really leggy. And the leaves aren't developed that good. But I want to show you. I'm going to cut that. And we did the same thing with these. Each one, we just pulled it up. And when we pulled it up, all of the seeds and the root mass and everything all stayed together. We just grabbed it and just cut it. All right. So just like you did that, we did the same thing with this. So we're going to have a video on that. Except what we did was we held the root and then cut it, and all the microgreens fell out. Hey, that's for you. So that's pretty cool. We've got these going right now. The ones that we harvested, I replanted with a bunch of red amaranth. So that takes a little bit longer to germinate than your totsois and stuff, but that'll look cool when that one comes in. I'm going to wait about 3 or 4 days, and then I'm going to plant some more broccoli or totsoi, and then we'll have like red and green. It's ought to look like very cool. At the same time, you can see all this. We were talking about harvesting this, right? We can't even see the TV back here. I usually got a video playing. So what we're going to do is harvest this. These are a little smaller, so you're not quite as tall. So you plant these out. A couple days later, you plant some more. And a couple days later, you plant some more. And then what I've done is we've soaked. It's how I started. And now you probably won't do this much. Actually, I only put this much peas in here. And that's why I said they double this one, tripled in size. I only put about that much peas in here and let them soak overnight. Right? Tomorrow, we're going to drain it. I already drained this once. And I just filled it up again to show y'all. You know, you got to have like a bunch of water with like just this much peas. So we're going to take this, harvest those, and replant all of that up there. So then these will grow. We'll take these and move these up. These will grow a little bit longer. And then at the same time, we're going to have some of these sitting over on the side, waiting, just like we just put these in here yesterday, right? Remember that when we were on the show? I don't know if you can tell. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if you can see it, but see, it's already got a little tail on it. Right? So if you don't want to go rinse it out in the sink, that's what I was telling you, just do this. Just spray it until water comes out the bottom. See that? That's all you have to do. You notice there's no water. I don't have, you know, it's not filled up yet. It doesn't need it. All right. Don't screw it on, just set it on there. There's a little, this will keep this damp down here. And that's when the roots will come down this way because they'll know this is where the water's at and gravity and all, right? So once you see the roots come down about 1/2 inch, then go ahead and fill this up with fresh water right until it's touching the roots, and it'll take off from there, guys. You'll come back like later that night and the roots will be down here. Then the next day they'll be all in the water. You'll really be surprised how fast they grow. Anyhow, that's called succession planting. And that way, if you don't need stuff like this, you don't have to plant it all out. You don't have to have this much coming in at one time. What you do is you plant like that. You've got some soaking. We're going to plant some out tomorrow. We're going to harvest. And then we've got some other ones coming. And every 3 or 4 days, you go ahead and plant some more. Mike, do you freeze your microgreens? I do not. If y'all want to, some people do. Some people freeze dry them too. Thank you for everything. My mom's health has improved since I started. Julie Bone Mama, I'm so happy about that. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I was wondering if you moved the TV out. Yeah, no, everything's moved. The TV's back there. So we're going to harvest all of this. We've got, it's one of the first ones. Now, see, some people ask like their leaves are turning yellow. What's going wrong, right? If all the leaves are turning yellow, it's one thing. But when it's small like this, we're letting them grow into baby greens, right? So these will eventually do this. See right there? That's the first ones. Those are the microgreens. That's a cotyledon. That's the one that has the energy for the plant. These are the true leaves. This is what turns into the plant, right? So if you let them go longer than microgreens, sooner or later, a lot of these will turn yellow because that's just the initial energy for the plant. And once it doesn't need it, once it starts growing its true leaves, that's the first one. See the first 2 little yellow ones? Those that turn yellow and actually fall off. Saw that one just fell off because it doesn't need it anymore. It's kind of like a chicken and an egg and that, right? And then it doesn't need it. It just casts all that stuff off and then it's a chicken. So same thing. So some of those that turn yellow, these will keep growing. And then you can let those grow a little bit bigger and you get more bang for your buck. This broccoli, this actually grew this big without them turning yellow yet. And they've all got a lot of, look how big this one is. This is their true leaves. See, those haven't turned yet. But look how big, this is the true leaf. Okay. And there's a little bit of root. I just yanked that one out of there. But if you want to plant him, stick him in a pool noodle like we do. Remember this pool noodle? And this is how we transfer things to bigger containers. We just put that in there. Lost them. And this is all on my YouTube channel, guys. And we've been doing this for years. Put in a pool noodle like that. And we just put this into a bigger container with some nutrients touching the roots. And just set it and forget it. Cheese, what is up? Say hello to the Chihuahuas. Let's see, Jerry's here. Terry, Dawn, do you ever grow strawberries? I haven't had much luck with it. I've grew some. I think that most of the strawberries like a drip system where you have like either cocoa coir or perlite, and then it's just the nutrients are just dripping on it. I don't think they like their entire root system wet all the time. That's just me. I've grown some, but I've had like a handful of strawberries on them. Good evening. What is up? Let's see. RL Just. Gloria. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Hey, we don't have another giveaway going. What do you want? Seeds or an adapter? Do you want some more of these? What do we got? The new adapter? Or do y'all want another pack of seeds? Let me see what's saying. Seeds, new adapter. Seeds. Either. New adapter. All right, let's run an adapter, and then we'll do seeds next, all right? All right. Giveaway adapter. All right, get in the giveaway. You guys on YouTube and Facebook, you jump over to Whatnot, and that's what we're giving away, the set of adapters. It's basically what we grew all these peas with. The shallow one is what we grew all these microgreens with. So I just want to bring this in here and show you guys what's possible. You know, I don't expect you to grow like this many. And I just want to show you that if you want to, it's really possible. This is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is only 19. And I harvested one more of this. We harvested half. So we had 40. Actually, 50, had about 52, and we're harvesting them. And I harvested one of the broccoli too. I wanted one of these, so we've got 19 up here. So this is what you can do with like 19 containers. Now, if you grow them in here, they're not going to be quite this big. Y'all let me know. I don't know if like the Dollar Tree, if they can get them everywhere, but y'all let me know. I'll work on the program. If you want the adapter for this big jar, you know, I can go ahead and work on that. You know, I just did it kind of rough for mine because it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just growing mine. I don't care, you know, how it turns out. I just want this to work. Mike, I'm in Tampa and don't have any grow lights. Can I grow these outside? Guess what? Who is that? Angie. These were grown outside without grow lights and in the shade. They were in my shade house, so it wasn't even direct sunlight. My backyard, there's all these trees. We rent, so I can't cut down all the trees. We prune them as much as we can, but there's a bunch of trees and the sun, you know, it's winter time, so it was coming down like low across the horizon. And we've got the shade house open on this side, so when the sun was coming across through the trees, a little bit of sun hits part of this. Now I'm going to get in that video, I think that I film, usually I film in the shade, you know, so things aren't blowing out. But I think I filmed one time when the sun was on part of it. So this never really had full sun on the whole thing, but this was growing outside. It will dry out a lot faster if you put it in the direct sun. So you got to keep an eye on that. You might have to spritz it a little more. But all of this was growing outside. And that's what this was growing in here with grow lights. That's why I said, well, when you go to invest in grow lights, you want to get the best you can because you're trying to replace the sun. And if you try to cheap out on your grow lights, it's possible to grow, but you're not going to get like the full effects of it being outside. But totally, this was growing outside. The screen keeps freezing off and on. Thank you for the info. No problem. So this screen, is this screen freezing for everybody? I was in another Whatnot stream and they were freezing up back and forth. No, yes, no, no. Okay. Okay, so it's just some people. Okay, cool. All right, so that giveaway's going. Did y'all enjoy last night's show? Any questions about all of this? Everybody's kind of on the same page. They know. If you're new in here, put new and let me know if you need me to explain the adapters. And we're going to be doing, Mike, do you soak your broccoli seeds? No, I do not. The only seeds I soak are anything that's about as big as the peas. So peas, mung beans, corn for corn shoots. If you ever do try to sprout stuff like adzuki beans, I've done those. lentils, any of those, I would go ahead and soak. Sunflowers, but broccoli, broccoli, tatsoi, radish, mustard greens, all of that. I don't soak all the small seeds. New, but it's pretty understandable system. Awesome. That's what we're trying to do. Is just easy to understand so everybody can grow. And let's see, Joel says he's new. Old. NDC, I've got your orders. I dropped those in the mail today. Do you soak your cantaloupe seeds? No, I didn't soak the cantaloupe seeds because they were basically like, I got them right out of the cantaloupe. I took it and rinsed them off a little and just put a paper towel. Took one of these, this one right here, paper towel. Here comes the winter, guys. And just put them in there. They're already kind of damp because we had just cut the, Who won? Congratulations. That was an adapter, right? Cool deal. But I just did that. And guys, this is what he was asking about cantaloupe. Now this has gone too long. We're actually going to harvest this and start another one. But this cantaloupe, this is free microgreens if you eat cantaloupe. And these taste like cantaloupe, but see, this is the true leaf. This is what I'm talking about. This looks like a sunflower, right? Let me get up here. That looks like a sunflower. That's cotyledon. That's what tastes good, like microgreens. Then you get what's called a true leaf. See that one right there? How it looks like the cantaloupe leaf if it grows really big, like on a vine, right? That one's not going to taste too good. And by then, these leaves start to get a little fuzzy. I don't really care for that too much, but I want to show you guys, you can grow these free seeds, right? If you eat melons, free seeds. This is ready to harvest. It's actually gone past harvest because those are getting big, right? Look, it only used that much. So all microgreen adapters, adaptable to become macro, and then on the full grown, and you can actually produce like broccoli, cucumber, or cantaloupes. Yeah, you can, but mainly your leafy greens you're leaving in here. The other stuff you're gonna have to put into a big container. Can you plant out the cantaloupe? Has a true leaf? Yeah, you definitely can. As long as, now with this, remember my adapter has little small holes in the bottom. It's going to be tough to pull this out and get the roots out with it. And so if you plant these, we've done these. If you do this in the clay pebbles or in soil, you know, I've got a self-wicking microgreen container I made out of a takeaway tray. You can pull it out of there, but you just have to be careful. But I wanted to show you guys, you know, look at all the roots, and there's no algae in here, right? Maybe it's because we're using sooty water, you know, it's chlorinated, but there's no algae. Nice clean roots, ready to harvest, free microgreen seeds. So if you get some of these adapters, you got some jars at home, you can grow you some microgreens with stuff you're tossing in the garbage or in the compost. With your other adapters and testing small stones, sand, and clay pebbles, which is your favorite? I like pea gravel. Pea gravel is a little bit smaller than the clay pebbles. They're easy to clean. With the clay pebbles, if you put them in water, they float, the roots float, everything floats, and you're trying to get everything apart. With the clay pebbles, I put a 5-gallon bucket and I fill it up with water. I dump the pea gravel in there, stir it up, all the gravel just sinks, right? And all the other stuff floats around in the water. Then all you got to do is dump off the water, do that a couple times, and it's clean. If you guys have cleaned the clay pebbles yet, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain. What kind of cantaloupe you mentioned? This was just regular cantaloupe. It just said cantaloupe in the store. All of the other ones, hammy, the sweet ones, they've got a bunch of different names that come out once in a while. One of those was like extremely bitter, but this is just the regular one that just says cantaloupe that we get like every week at the store. Does anyone ever eat the roots too? Yeah, that's up to you. To me, I want to eat the roots of these you do it in a jar because basically you're putting it in here, you're rinsing it a couple times a day, right? This, your roots are sitting inside of water that this water I haven't changed, right? So if I put this in here and let's say, all right, this one right here, you know, he's grown that big, hasn't used any water, but this water's been in here for a week. So, you know, that's, I guess, the personal choice if you want to wash it off or clean it. Or when you're growing it, if you switch that out, I don't know how much water you want to waste. You know, we're trying to figure out how to do this with minimal resources. You could always change your water out, you know, a couple times a day. But look, guys, this right here, each one of these, this only took a couple of gallons of water to set up. These were getting just a little bit low when the roots started to develop because of that cosmetic pad. And I said the roots were having a hard time coming down. So the roots were taking a little while. So when the water dropped about an inch and the roots weren't keeping up, I filled it back up. So I filled these, so put about, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 gallons of water. And then I put a little bit more, but with the paper towel, I'm thinking I'm not going to have to add any. So with just a couple gallons of water, you can grow all of this. This is pretty much 2 weeks. We say 7 to 10 days. And I took this a little farther. You can see these a little bit bigger. They've got the true leaves on them, right? So within 2 weeks, you can grow. I mean, you can actually grow. You guys saw me growing this like live on the show, right? When we were planting these out. And I showed you these when they were just planted, and they were, you know, just like this one here, you know, that we just set up. You couldn't even see them. So within a couple of weeks, you can grow this much food. Whereas if you go and say spring's coming, I want to plant a garden, you know, we're going to have to go out there and weed and till and compost and do all this work. And then how long is it going to take for your greens and that to grow if you're trying to grow like a head of lettuce, right? Or 45 days or something, right? I hadn't thought about water risk over days. Yeah, Jerry, just like I said, just be careful. Did you buy 10, 5, 14? Okay, you're talking about, I need to show that hummingbird if anybody needs to see. I'll bring that in. You can just screenshot that if you need to. This is what I've used. All the stuff that's growing over here. This is what I've used. There's different things you can use. Master Blend, if you're on my YouTube channel, I use Master Blend for years. If you want to grow out tomatoes, peppers, and all of that, I use Master Blend, right? But over here, I'm just doing this to make it easy. This right here, it would put this is in the kits when we put some kits together. Right there is enough for 5 gallons. All you do is put 1 teaspoon, 1 little teaspoon per gallon. So that's how easy it is. With the other stuff, like Master Blend, you have to put the Master Blend 4-18-38. You have to put so much of that. I use 6 grams. You have to put so much of that, so much Epsom salt, and then you have to mix up separate so much calcium nitrate and mix them together. If you do it wrong, you get nutrient lockout and the plants can't get what they need. So that's kind of difficult explaining to like new people. After you learn the basics, if you're going over to my channel and you want to learn more and you want to really get into it, I would suggest you move on to Master Blend, but this is basically good for beginners. Someone say peppers. Jeff Clicks, how are you doing? Jeff, I really like that pepper sauce. Y'all follow Jeff Collects there. If you like hot peppers, he's got them. He's your man. He makes hot sauce, his own hot sauce, jams and jellies. Jeff, sometime I got to get some of your hot pepper jelly. I like that. But I like that one that you threw in there that tasted like cranberry orange or whatever. And it was a hot sauce, sweet and hot. It was like awesome. So glad, man, you made it this week. Got you, bro. Awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, so check them out. That's just cool stuff if you like peppers. Jeff, are you on other social media besides Whatnot? Are you on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or anything? If you are, just let people know in the chat where they can find you. if you've got like videos out anywhere, or if you put content out besides just whatnot. Crack you a ton of peppers. You do? NDS. So NDC. I just packed your stuff and I can't remember what your name is. Is it like Justin or something? But crack you a lot of peppers. Justin. That's what I thought. That's my son's name. That's why I was like I was trying to remember. Guys, if you try the crack key method, basically this, if you grow it like this and say there wasn't like a million microgreens here and there was like one plant in each one of these, that would be called the crack key system. Who is that? Jerry, bless the chat. She said, you're not running any giveaways, Mike. Thank you, Jerry. Y'all say thank you to Jerry. I'm gonna start a giveaway. This is gonna be for a set of the adapters. All right. This is courtesy of Jerry. She's one that keep on growing angels. There you go, getting that giveaway. That's for a set of adapters. The shallow one is what we used to grow all of this. This deep one is what we used to grow all those pea shoots. But yeah, if you take pepper plants, and I don't even grow them from seed. I just go up when they start having them at Home Depot and Lowe's, rinse the roots off, I put them in a 27-gallon tote, because peppers don't use that much water compared to like a tomato or something. So it'll go like 2 months before you have to add any water to it. I put in a big tote, and I think the less you have to mess with the plants and the nutrients, the better. And we grew habanero plants that it was huge, and it was full of habaneros. It was more like a habanero tree. So if y'all like peppers and that, you need to try that out. And Psycho Case is here. Thank you, Psycho Case, for explaining. Do you use nutrients in the bottom of the jars with the new jars? I do. You don't need to, but if you want to grow your microgreens about to this stage and harvest, if you guys look up microgreens, basically this is a microgreen. Okay, maybe a day or two more, these leaves will open up a little more. If you just want to do that, that's fine. I'm going to leave these in here. I might trim a couple of them off, thin it out a little bit, but you can see the roots going down. Pretty much I'm testing, just like we did with all of our other adapters, right? This is something new. So I'm going to leave these in here, and you can see this kind of cloudy. This is nutrients, because I want these guys to grow bigger like this. Basically, I don't think you can get this kind of growth. Set it and forget it. You can't get this kind of growth with just water. You're going to need a little bit of nutrients. Lots of people start theirs off with like half strength. Since I grow some of mine out, I might harvest this and leave one or two in a jar and throw it over on the side and just leave it. I'm always experimenting. So I don't want to change it up on them. What I do is I start them with the same nutrients right from the very beginning. That way they don't have to adjust. So I think that's where a lot of people mess up, is when they start out with something and then they try to add or change it up a little bit, and then you're putting too much or too little, and it gets real difficult. So if you're just starting out, I like to make it as easy as possible and try to keep things as consistent as possible. What do you recommend for someone who has never had microgreens before? As far as growing, Hannah? As far as growing or eating? If you're talking about growing, I would say tatsoi. If you guys have been following me, because you can grow tatsoi out, microgreens like this, right? Salad mix and spicy salad mix. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and if y'all got a favorite as far as taste, toss it in the chat and let her know what you like for taste. Any of the smaller seeds, tatsoi, broccoli, radish. If you want spicy, radish is like one of the easiest ones to grow. This will sprout in 4 or 5 days. They'll be small. They'll sprout. They'll be about that big, but you can start to eat them then. So that is an easy one to grow, and it packs a lot of flavor. All your kales and collards, those are easy to grow, but tatsoi, you can grow it. Tatsoi likes a wet condition. Some plants don't like the roots wet all the time. top soil like actually grows in it. If some of the seeds fall into the water, they'll actually sprout. And then it's kind of tough to overwater those. But let me see if I got one. You grow top soil. This with our other adapter. This set it and forget it. So you put it in there. It's a little hard to do a demonstration tonight with all of this in here, but we've got an adapter to turn this bottle into self-watering microgreen grower. So this is your top soil. You can go ahead and grow it to this point, or you can let it keep growing. So you can harvest a little of that, leave some of them in there. And we've got this big plant back here. I don't know if you can see it. Show notes are in the way, right? This guy's light. I can tell he needs some water. I'm gonna put a little water in there. All right. So this one's growing. We've actually come in and grabbed a couple of these. You can see that's like a head of tatsoi. So this one is growing in a little Tupperware container. And you know what? I can tell that guy's real light. I'm just going to do this, guys. If you don't want to pull the bottle out, you can put a little bit in there if you're not going to get it till later in the day. Who won that giveaway? Congratulations. Like, I'll come back later. If you don't want to pull it out and fiddle with it and everything, just drop a little bit in if it looks like it's getting kind of dry, and that'll hold you over for a couple hours until you can get to it. Congratulations. Here's another one. Here's some more seeds. Here's another giveaway. Y'all keep reminding me, giveaway, all right, if I forget. Can dandelions be grown as microgreens? Yes. I haven't found seeds yet. I've got some dandelion seeds. I'm going to go ahead and start them. Me and my wife want to be putting those in our smoothies and everything. But if anybody finds them as microgreen seeds, let me know. I want to try pak choi. Just never seem to find seeds. Justin, make sure I know you're following Bookmark Show. Come in next week, and I will have some packed up. I just got them in today. I haven't even opened the bag yet. I got 5 pounds, and I'll give you all. I'll actually put it in when we do maybe our little containers, our little packets. If we run out of Dino Kale is in here, I might replace it with. I've got some. Let me go look. Between seeds and microgreen seeds. Let me tell you in just a minute about seeds and microgreen seeds. All right, the seeds are way back there. I've got a variety of pak choi that just came in, so we'll have that in a few days. Microgreen seeds and regular seeds are the same thing, all right, except they might treat regular seeds, traditional seeds, with fungicides or mold inhibitors and things like that, because they're thinking you're planting them in the ground and they're going to grow, right? So they might have a little bit of something on there so that when they're stored, it inhibits mold and mildew and that. I'm not saying all of them do, but some of them might. Microgreen seeds, they know that you're going to eat these in 7 to 10 days, or sprouts, you're going to grow them in a jar, right? And eat it. So they won't treat those if you're going to like a reputable dealer and actually get microgreen seeds. Now, as far as like, they know that you're going to use a lot. You can buy these in bulk and get a lot more for your money. If you go and just try to get traditional seeds and you're ordering a bunch, you're just going to, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Like if you wanted to get this much broccoli seeds out of those little packets, right? And what's a little packet? $3 to $5. Each one of these would be like one. There'd be 20 times 3, $60 or something. And with this, you could buy for $30, get a 1 pound bag, and just a little quarter of a cup or something would have done all of this. And then you'd have all that other seed. It'd probably last you like months and months. True leaf. Yeah, true leaf is awesome. Microgreens are just tiny plants. I don't really like the term because it's nothing different than a sprout, but some bougie chefs out in California back in, I think, the 70s or something, they were trying to get people to come out. So they had some stuff growing. They didn't have it dense like this, but they took little ones and just dropped them on, called them microgreens, and everybody went nuts about it. So then they did study them and found out that some of these have up to 40 times more nutrients than their mature counterparts, which is good, a little deceiving if you don't know all the facts, but it's not like all the nutrients. Some might be like with broccoli, sulforaphane might have up to 40, but then vitamin C, it might not. So you have to look into it, and that's what on my YouTube channel where we, start to dig into all the facts and all that. But it's basically just a sprout. So they took a sprout and did it. Now, microgreens are grown in a grow medium, whereas a sprout, right, is done in a jar. If you're not really cleaning, you get a little bacteria, or there's some on there. Some people like soak theirs in H2O2. If there's a little bacteria and you come in and you fill it up with water, that bacteria could get on everything because you're in here rinsing it a couple times a day. And then you're leaving this set up like that. It's a moist environment. It's got food. It's like a perfect grow medium for bacteria. So that's why they have to be really careful with it. And that's why, if you guys remember a couple years ago or 10 years ago, whatever, they had a scare with like sprouts. Now, microgreens are a lot safer because if anything happens, more than likely the funky stuff's going to happen down here where the moisture's at. And then this is a little drier up here, right? We like to keep ours dry. That's why I do that, where we have this drop. You keep this dry up here. And then if you go on over and you harvest, even if this is soil, pretend this is soil right here, right? You're harvesting up here. So if anything funky happens in the soil, you're harvesting up above it. Lone Majestic Wolf, congratulations. All right, here's more seeds, guys. Y'all let me know if you get tired. Whoop, whoop. Let me know if you get tired of the giveaways, all right? I got an Amazon gift card, too. If y'all behave yourselves, you want one of those, we'll put one of those up. Yeah, so basically microgreen is just a sprout. There's just different things. So if we're growing them up like this, they're a little safer than sprouts. And sprouts, you eat the roots, and all of these, generally, you don't eat the roots. You cut them off and harvest them. Tired of giveaways. Never, Justin. Not really. You may have stragglers that are still popping up, though. Behave. Never. Mary said, you're not going to behave. Terry, is that all broccoli in front of you? Yes. And like I said, I was just doing this to show you guys what's possible. You don't have to do this. Right now, we've got this much amaranth growing out there, just sprouted. I'll try to remember to keep some of that so that we can have like a red and green. You can kind of see those both playing out. We're just starting to grow the amaranth again. Wintertime was a little bit tough. So if you want to grow this much, you guys can, this is about 20. There's 19 containers up here. You can grow 4 broccoli, 4 tatsoi, 4 mustard greens, like the variety pack that we have. You don't have to plant all of this. But like if you're going to, like if I'm sitting out there and I plant out like a couple broccoli and it takes me like 10 minutes to do it, it's not going to take me that much longer to do this many because I've already got my nutrients out. I just have to fill up a couple more containers. And when I sprinkle the seeds, instead of doing 4, I just do a couple more. So once you get in the habit and you understand what you're doing, and it's not like me where I'm stopping and explaining it all the time, you can come in and just do it so you can actually plant a lot. Then what you can do is harvest this, dehydrate it, grind it up into powder and save it. You can take it, some people said they freeze it, or you can leave them growing. This is why I like to use nutrients like we're showing, with this. So this one's clear, but you can see the roots going down in there, right? So if this starts to, we got one that's kind of here a little funky. All right, this one was one with the cosmetic pad. That's why I say we're always doing experiments. But see these guys up here? We can go through and harvest those, or we can leave those to start being baby greens and get rid of some of the other ones. But we cut those off. See down there, there's a lot of small ones. So if you have nutrients, what I would do is fill this back up, not all the way. I fill it about right there, between 1/2 and 3/4. I'd fill it back up and trim off these top ones and let some more of those grow. So if you do that, you want to go ahead and keep nutrients. See how these are starting to get bigger? They won't do that with just water. So if you want them to grow out, you're going to need a little bit of nutrients. Anyhow, he was the first experiment. That one I think was actually planted at the same time all this was planted. You could display some of Keely's painted rocks on the front row. Oh, that'd be nice. Placed between the jars, dress up the room. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Has anyone freeze-dried the microgreens? Yeah, have any of you freeze-dried them? I know I've seen some online, but they're kind of pricey. It was like $30 for a 2-ounce container. I know it's compact and all that, but I'd rather just grow them like this and have them fresh. That's one thing too, guys. All right. When you start growing in bulk, right? Start growing a bunch. Do you have milkweed? No, I don't have milkweed. That's another one to be interesting to try. When you start growing in bulk, when you buy bigger bags, you're getting more for your money, right? Then you're not going to be as stingy like when you just start out and you're getting a couple of bags and you spend like $20 on a bag or $40 on a bag. If you're just getting little 4-ounce packages, you're not going to go out and spread all 4 ounces out at once and do it, right? You're going to plant them a little thin. When you start getting bags that are like 1-pound bags, you're going to be a little more generous. And that's when you can plant them out a little bit denser in that. You don't want to pack them too dense. If you put too much in there, these guys will get packed in and you'll have mildew problems in that. Cheryl, congratulations. Pinto beans. I'm not sure. I haven't done pinto beans yet. They say freeze drying holds the nutrients better than drying. Yeah, because they're just, all you're doing is just adding like whatever gas that is, and it just like instantly dries it. Winner, winner. All right, guys, before I forget, who wants $20 Amazon gift card? Double tap or say me. I won some milkweed seeds on Mill Creek Market last night. Did you see them? No. Oh, me. Looked like no. I was like, oh, they don't want a gift card. Yeah, Mill Creek was on last night. I was on there for a couple minutes, but I was up since 4 o'clock, and when we raided, I got one of the mushroom kits to grow blue oyster mushrooms. If you guys are interested in that, let me know when we'll grow it. I'll go ahead and show y'all. And then if you want some, over on Mill Creek Market, they had blue oyster and lion's mane. Lion's mane's a cool mushroom. Tastes awesome too. Me, yes, definitely. All right. Your wish is my command. That way, right? Get in the giveaway. YouTube and Facebook. Let's see how you're doing over there. Me. All right. If y'all YouTube and Facebook, here's the link. Jump over on Whatnot. We got the giveaway going right now. It's going for 5 minutes. And if you miss that one, we're going to have more seeds, more adapters, and I might have another Amazon gift card towards the end of the show. So jump over there. You get a $15 credit. All you have to do is, when you get over there, the name, my profile will be there. Click on that and click on shop. And you see a couple things in the shop. You can grab something, you get $15 off. Mimi, only broccoli. Do you have a good way to clean the pebbles once harvested? Tell everyone I can about watching. Oh, you're awesome, Denise. I'm just learning. Carol, awesome. And somebody over there asked about cleaning the pebbles. So if you use the self-watering adapters like this, we put that together with, we put clay pebbles in here. Got some right here. Put clay pebbles in the bottom. They're asking how to clean this. The best way is just, I dump them in a gallon, 5-gallon bucket of water, swish it around, try to grab as much of the organic matter out of there. Rinse them, clean them. I put a little soapy water. Some people use, if there's any algae, I might use a little bleach. Some people use vinegar. Some people use hydrogen peroxide. And some people actually boil it. So you can do all that. What I do is I just clean mine out a little bit. And I'll put mine on a tray, clean it out. I don't have any trays. I use that. I stuck the peas on it. I got peas growing outside. And I'll put them on a tray that has a screen. And I'll let that sit out in the sun. And if you let it sit in the hot sun, especially when it gets to be around 100 degrees outside, all the other stuff will dry up. And you just got to kind of mush it around and blow on it. And the rest of the roots and everything will come off. KK, what is up? He just uses plain tap water in a spray bottle. Yeah, that's just plain water. I would just add more water. It was out. My wife has a little plant back here. That reminds me, I got to water it. And this is what I do when we set up the self-watering adapters. I use this, help the seeds germinate. KK, your Keely had mailed off her rocks and that, and she was really tickled about that. I believe he said he's going to auction some tonight. Yeah, we'll do an auction, guys. I just want to explain all this and show it. And I was a little late coming on, so I didn't even know if you could hear me back there. But we'll do this Amazon giveaway. And we'll do this, and y'all let me know. If you're new in here, and you're interested in these adapters, we've got a shallow one and a deep one. The shallow one's to grow microgreens like this. And the deep one's to grow your bigger seeds like your pea shoots and radish, mung beans, your bean sprouts. So you get a pair of those. But let me know if we did this last night. We just got done packing all the orders from last night. But there's an 8-pack variety pack here. We've got speckle pea, wasabi flavored mustard greens, red arrow radish, dino kale, red garnet amaranth, or I think this one's red army amaranth. I think those are both about the same. Red acre cabbage, tatsoi, and arugula. And if we run out of any of those, we got some other seeds, we'll toss them in, but there's about 8 in each one of those. So if you guys want, we'll do like last night where we have that and that. So if anybody kind of missed out last night, 30 seconds on the giveaway. We'll do some of those. Oh, and who needed clay pebbles? 20 seconds. I've got some clay pebbles if anybody wants to use them for the other adapters. And one night when I don't have this here, we'll get back to showing how these work. We've got all these self-watering adapters to make everything set it and forget it. Here we go. $20 Amazon. Is that Deborah? Congratulations. You've won $20. Congrats. We need music or something when someone wins something like that, right? We'll play some music. I might have needed it. But where did you get those big jars in front of you? This Dollar Tree. They were clear and they had a metal lid on it. They're down the aisle with all the glassware. But anyhow, I've got these self-watering adapters, right? That's what we started with. And if you need clay pebbles for that, I've got 2 bags. Tracy, I'm reading about the amaranth now, and it is so healthy for you. So many things like blood pressure and blood sugar and arthritis. Yeah, isn't it? That's why we were growing it. And I wanted to introduce it to y'all because that's what someone was saying. You might go and say, I want to try this. And you go look at microgreens. You go, I recognize broccoli. I'll get broccoli. I recognize lettuce, right? I recognize basil. But stuff like amaranth, if you've never ate it before, you might not order it, right? So that's why we're giving you like a variety and getting you stuff that we want to do some things that are easy to grow. We want to do some things that are really tasty and a variety of things so you get different colors. That's why we get like the red cabbage and the red amaranth, and then give you guys some of the basics and that kind of mixed in so you got a good variety. I need self-watering adapters, bought a farm worth of the new ones. Oh, you need the self-watering adapters? Cool deal. Yay, thank you. No problem, Deborah. Thank you. A lot of chat is asking about bottle adapters in the auction. All right, so which ones are y'all talking about? The ones where we're growing these or the older adapters? We've got the ones for the mason jars. This one's for the Coke bottles. And actually the adapters that we have here are the ones that fit the juice bottles too. Refillable. And we've got refillable. And Justin's got a farm going on. Need bottle adapter for a water bottle. Most of them, these don't fit water bottles. They'll fit these Coke bottles. Coke, all the soda pop bottles, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and all of that. 16 ounce, 20 ounce. And the one water bottle that it does fit are these water bottles. And these are actually tough. This was the alkaline water. This was Publix brand, and they had another one. These are a little tougher. So it's 1 liter bottle. And these would fit the 1 liter bottle of the Coke bottles too. Right? So you can get, that can go a lot longer without having to refill it. The 2 liter bottles I found are like really flimsy. And with the weight, the vacuum, when it goes to pull water out, it crushes the bottle up here. So this is about the biggest size bottle, unless you go to something like this, Ocean Spray. We've got an adapter that fits the Gatorade ones. Now I do have a couple of these because I don't sell these on Etsy. So this one in the middle, I don't know if you can see, there you go. That fits these. It fits the Gatorade. Little Gatorade bottles, a Powerade, I think. It's a couple different ones. Gold Peak Tea. V8 has bottles like this too. It fits a lot of those, see? So it's kind of interchangeable with a lot of the juice bottles. I'm not saying it's going to fit all of them, but if you look down the juice aisle and you see the lid looks about like that, it fits it. So we put it in the middle of that. So this is a regular mouth mason jar. In the middle is all the juice bottles. This one's for the wide mouth mason jars, and we put that juice bottle adapter in the middle there too. So it's kind of a twofer. Smart water bottles fit. Okay, the smart water bottle, cool. Body armor. Okay. Cool. So Terry says the body armor ones do fit it. And smart water. And guys, if you get a couple of these adapters, you probably just go dig around in your recycling bin. You're probably going to find something that fits a lot of them. All right. So now I've got these. The other ones, refillable, I have to count. Like I said, we've got our Etsy shop, and we've got a whole lot of orders. Like on back order, we've been like for the last 2 weeks just slammed with orders, which is good. We're grateful for that, but that's kind of tying up our printers, and most of our inventory is already like spoken for. As far as like our other adapter, this one's same, but it has a Coke bottle in the middle, whereas yours has a bigger one, which is a tough one. So I don't sell this on Etsy. So we've got a couple of those. If you guys want me to run these, I can run these. I'll check with the refillable. We might be able to run a couple of those. So those are Gatorade adapters. Yeah, I call them the Gatorade adapters inside the thing because I figure people would recognize that. But it fits a whole lot of juice bottles. If I say juice bottle, then they're going and just getting like the little juice bottles or something and trying it. So I figured Gatorade, and then tell them, go look. If the lid looks about like that, it'll fit like some of the other juice bottles. Have you done celery? Nope, I haven't done celery yet. Hey, there's no giveaway going, guys. Hey, there's another seed giveaway. Jump in there. Have you grown mung beans? Yeah. Mung beans are awesome. Mung beans are bean sprouts. So if you guys want to grow bean sprouts, I love it because stir fries, if you grow them in a jar, they're all tangled up and you're eating the roots. I don't like that. It's kind of like eating hair to me. Here. Mung beans. So we've got a few. Now this, guys, I got this through True Leaf, this handy pantry. But truth be told, if you want to, if you're on a shoestring budget, go to the Asian Mart. They sell mung beans in big bags. You can get a little bag about this big to try out for like $1 or $2, like really cheap. And most of those work. I'm just starting. How much do you put in a container? Hold on 1 minute. Let's see. What would be the best thing to try for the first time? The first time, try anything that's small. The first time, if you want spicy, try radish. That sprouts like in a couple of days, and there's radish growing up here. You're going to see like instant results, especially if you plant it in a clear container. You got kids. You're going to see like roots and everything growing, right? And these guys are spicy. They taste like radish. This one needs, for these leaves to develop a little, I need to get them under the grow lights. That's why we're going to harvest this. There's no grow lights up there. So that's just sitting up there, and it's reaching up to where the fluorescent light's at. It needs to get down here underneath the grow light. So we're going to harvest some of this after this weekend. First timer can do broccoli or salad mix. Yeah, first timers, broccoli, salad mixes, any of your tatsoi, mustard greens, all of your smaller seeds. Those all start really easy. Don't start with basil, is a little tougher. It takes a while to germinate. Parsley, there's a couple of them. Swiss chard, beets, those are a little harder seeds. They take a little while longer to get started. So I would start with stuff like this, your little leafy greens and that. Mike, is it okay if I put a flyer poster about your site at the local food banks? Yeah, Jerry, I appreciate that. And anything, even if they just want to go to YouTube and just watch videos, that's cool. Whatever helps to get more people growing their food. That's awesome of you too. Thank you very much. Yeah, lentils, you can grow lentils. Lentils are really good for you. And you just sprout them. I don't like to let them get too big. They taste a little funky, but grow them as little tiny microgreens. I'm eating a baked potato and steak with radish microgreens over the top right now. Sam, that's awesome. So that adds a little bit of flavor. And you don't have to eat like all radish microgreens. You can, like when you have a salad, right? You have radish in there. What you can do is just take some of this and put a couple of them in. Or like if this is arugula, that's what we'll grow, like a bunch of arugula, and take a whole handful and put it on a plate and get your steak or grilled chicken, whatever you want, right off the grill, and just put it right on top. Or if you're sauteing something, just put it right on top. Sometimes my wife will take shrimp, and she'll fry it up in a pan with a little garlic and butter and garlic, a little bit of onion, and she'll take that, a little squeeze of lemon, whatever, she doctors it up a little bit, but it's hot and it's got a little bit of hot brown butter in it, and you have your plate full of arugula, fresh. You don't cook it or anything. It's just on there, and you drop the hot shrimp on there, and you just drizzle that brown butter on top of it, and it kind of sizzles and wilts the arugula. It's like awesome. We should do a microgreens cooking show. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're planning on doing it. We were gonna do, like, it was called the Badass Chef Club, and we actually had to set up like a kitchen at one time, but there's not enough ventilation. We cooked like jambalaya or something the first thing and almost killed ourselves. Um, you know, being in here with all the spices and everything. We were set up outside. When spring starts in the shade house out there, I've got another grill coming, and we're replacing our old one. We're going to put that out there. We're actually going to be having cooking shows out there and showing you guys what you can do with all of this stuff. Would y'all like that? Would that be pretty cool? We're out there cooking, and then you turn around, grab your microgreens right from there, toss it on. Julie Bone Mama, congratulations. You got some more seeds coming your way. Jerry, I saw a question that just went by really fast. Yes, yes. All right, y'all would like to see that. Mike, if I copy the QR code that you put on the cards, will it still work? Yeah, it will if it comes out clear enough. Jerry, if you can. Jerry, have you ever emailed me? I know we can message each other, but I think I can put a picture in in the messages on Whatnot. I'll get the actual QR code and give you that, and you can actually use that instead of doing a copy. So just DM me or message me. Yeah, you emailed me, right? Just email me so I remember, and just say, can I have the QR code? And I'll give you the actual digital copy that you can use. Someone wants to know about growing a single veg in a mason jar. Like this, depends on how big. If you watch Cracky Method, and we had Vic on, what was it, Tuesday night or Wednesday night? If you go back and watch my last video, the last live stream that we had, not this past one, but the one before on YouTube and Facebook, we have Vic, and he's the one that does these grow lights. And he's good friends with Dr. Cracky. And basically, he had a couple of these set up with the nutrients and his lights, and had full heads of lettuce on it. And basically, that's what the Cracky Method is saying this is a quart, so you have to refill it a couple of times, but it's like taking a gallon of water with nutrients and putting one single plant in it, and that plant growing without you having to do anything to it. And that's basically where I got the idea to do all of this stuff. I just kind of took the idea and tailor-made it to what I needed. So if you want to grow something like a tomato, it's not going to work too much in a mason jar. You're going to need a bigger container, or you're going to be filling it up every day. You might as well have something in the ground that you're watering every day, right? But you can grow a single one in each one. We actually have a video with this size right here, and we grew mustard greens, we grew basil, we grew pak choy, all kinds of leafy greens like that, and actually have a ladder system where I built out of 2x6s, and you could put like 8 of these on each row. That was like 4 foot wide, because I took 8-foot boards and cut them in half. So it's 4 foot wide, and the whole wall was full of these, just like you see this right here. We have that outside with this. We actually put 1 or 2, maybe 3 in each one. And then that way, when they start growing, you can harvest one, and leave one to grow. A discount code for his lights. Yeah, if you go back to that video, right, I think it was Save More. But if you go down in the description on YouTube, there's a PDF file. Did I put it on there? On Facebook, I know I made a post. On YouTube, I think I made a post too. But if you went and commented like LED, it sent you the PDF file. And on the very end of it, it had a coupon code. If you need, just message me on Whatnot, if you're here on Whatnot, and I'll try to get that code for you. I think it was Save More. You have recommendations for a grow light? I'll go back and look for it. Okay, Terry. Yeah, if you can't find it, just let me know. Grow lights is the best that you can afford. When I first started, I couldn't afford anything. I was using the fluorescent lights. I was using stuff like this. All right. So if that's all you can afford, you learn to grow like that. You experiment, and it might take a little finagling in that. If you got the money to spend, go to Happy Leaf. Vic is an engineer at MIT. He went and worked with people that were studying plants and what lights they need. and he actually made these on all that research. And these are made right here in USA and everything. So these lights, like, I mean, this results right here. So the best that you can get, you know, is what you're replacing the sun, is what we're saying, right? So if you want to get cheap lights, you know, you can have cheap results, but whatever you can afford. I started out with just fluorescent lights, and this was like 2 of them for $20. That's what I started with. Mike sent you an email. Might make some postcard size to display near the checkout. People to grab. Oh, thank you, Jerry. That's awesome. We'll get more and more people growing. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Shop lights from Walmart work. Yeah, there you go. I love what you do. I appreciate it. I love all of y'all. All right, y'all want me to run any of the adapters? Let me know if you want the new adapters to do this microgreens and the pea shoots and all of that, or if you want me to run the self-watering adapters. And if anybody needs a demo, I don't know how I'll do it, but we can show you one of the bowls or whatever that we have those set up. What do we got? New ones, new. Justin said the old one, the first one, new. Can someone write the name of the guy with the light, please? Yeah, Vic, it's Happy Leaf Grow Lights. Or Happy Leaf LED. And Jerry wants refillable. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll do, lots more people said the new ones. We'll run some of those. And then I'll switch over. I'll just have to keep track here when we switch over. Let me look and see what we got as far as refillable right now. All right. And Justin, after we do those, I'll run a couple of these. I just have to switch over, so I have to kind of keep it in line because my listing just says adapter. So tomorrow it's just going to say adapter 1, adapter 2, adapter 3. So I have to know which one's which. So let me write this down. So we're going to be running, guys. I'm going to start another giveaway, and then we'll start this. We're going to run. You're going to get a set. Is a shallow one and a deep one. All right. These fit wide mouth mason jars. Now I made them because I had a lot of people have ball mason jars, right? Adapter giveaway. All right. A lot of people have ball mason jars, and a lot of people have just generic mason jars. Right? These are generic ones that these don't even say anything on them. Right? So I made these to try to fit all of them. Some of them, they sit right up on top. Some of them go down in it. So some people are freaking out about this. It doesn't sit on the top. It goes down in. But these jars, most of the jars are flared on the inside. So they don't go straight down. Most of the jars go in and then back out. So they will go down in there a little bit, but they're not falling in. They're all right. Okay. So just because it doesn't sit right up on the top lip, see like that? So that's what they're thinking. You know, all of them will be sitting like that. See how it sits on the top lip of this one? Right? But the ball mason jar slides down in it a little. So that took a lot of finagling to get it so that it would fit like both of them. If I took it and I made it big enough to be a lip on here, it wouldn't fit the other mason jars. And then I get into this thing where I'm trying to explain to everyone that it's just ball. And some people say these are too expensive. I already have 24 of these, blah, 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 right? So I tried to make it so that they would fit all of them. And they're going to fit a little bit different because I found out even with the ball mason jars, if I got 24 of them lined up, some of them fit just like that and some of them fit on the top. Even these side by side, they might be a little hair off because they're not perfect. Okay. All right. So we're going to run this. I'm going to run another Amazon gift card if that's okay with y'all. You want to do that to get it started? Kick it off? Another $20? I see whoever's double tapping the screen. Thank you. What are the top dark leafy greens? I'm trying to get away from blood thinners. Let's see. This one up here. These are pea shoots. Yes, thank you. I want to do plastic free. Cool deal. And these guys are bioplastic. It's made out of sugar and starches. All right. This is bioplastic. They have different things that you can print with, different plastics, but they're a lot tougher, but they've got nasty stuff that's in them. So since we're growing food, I went with the bioplastic. These you don't want to throw in the dishwasher. You don't want to boil them. Okay. All you want to do is just hand wash them. I wash mine outside with the hose. And if you need to, you can put a little bleach on it if there's a little bit of algae. I just use a little soap and water and a toothbrush. So you don't need to take these and throw them in your dishwasher. You don't need to throw them in a pot of boiling water. You're just going to end up with a big pile of goo. All right. So these are made with bioplastic. Can you do a Gibby gift card for Happy Leaf Grow Lights? I could do that later. I have to actually go and buy it and get a code. So we might do that next week, Latane. That's a good idea. I love some of the microbrew cans and want to use Cracky's vessels. Yeah, that's cool. Kane, thoughts on ones a little smaller that would fit a can, a dark for roots. If we made an adapter for that, I mean, you could, but like I said, I have to watch what I'm doing. If I have like too many varieties, then I get behind. What we're trying to do is streamline things. So we only have a few adapters. Like there's a million different jars out there, right? And then we're doing just one size. Some people ask for this for the regular mouth jars, but then that will get into right now. If I see the adapter, I know which one it is. So when things slow down, we might go ahead and diversify a little bit. But for the meantime, we're trying to keep everything streamlined. What's the best way to follow you? If you want to follow me here, just click up there and follow me. Bookmark the shows. And if you want to follow me, YouTube, I put out videos over there. It's a little more organized. There's a playlist with all of this. So when y'all get any purchase, there's going to be a sticker in there. And there'll be a QR code right here. If you scan this, this is what Jerry was asking about. If you scan that, it takes you to my YouTube channel that shows you all the videos and all the adapters, all the self-watering adapters with the clay pebbles and everything. This shows you how to do that. This right here takes you to my Amazon shop, and that's where you can find the nutrients and more clay pebbles and all the other stuff I've used over the years. I personally wouldn't do grow lights. I would do, but someone who wins is wasting the money. Yeah, we'll see. Even if I just did one code, everyone doesn't have to jump in it. We're doing a bunch of giveaways, so I could do like just one. But I did that because I was actually talking with Vic, so I figured that'd be a good time to do the grow lights. Make it a buyer's gibby. That's good. That's a good idea. Alrighty, guys. So y'all said you want Amazon, right? I saw a couple of yeses, double taps. All right, let me find one. Tap, 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 tap. Here we go. Amazon, $20. Getting a giveaway. Yeah, you have to do the buyer's giveaway before. All right, there we go. Guys, so did y'all want the variety pack seed? You want to do just adapters? Because the price goes up a little because it's like $9 pack of seeds or whatever added in. So do you guys want just adapters or you want adapters and seeds? And I'll start running it. Both. Just adapters. Get it both. Both. Speckled peas. Somebody wants speckled peas. There's one sample of speckled peas in there. Another thing we could do is I could do like a bigger bag of speckled peas and tot soy and put those together. Maybe we'll do another show like that where we just have just those. How about just seeds? Seeds. We can do it. I like using the seeds as just like a freebie, like an add-on to something. But if y'all want like just a pack of seeds, I mean, we could do that too. We're going to do this first. 2 adapters and an 8-pack of seeds. All right. We'll do a couple of those. And then if y'all want, I'll take the seeds away and just have the adapters if you guys just want to bid on just that. All right. This is going to be 5 seconds. Sudden death. When that Amazon giveaway is going, ready? Get your fingers ready. Go. KK, congratulations. I got a bell here. Ready, go. I'm going to hold this up as long as my arm will hold out so you can see it. Deborah, congratulations. First time purchase. Welcome to the Keep On Growing family. If it's your first time, chime in, let us know so we can welcome you. VDWD, congratulations. So I got a real tiny screen over here that I'm looking at. And that one I can't see. That one's like way far away now. So I hold this so you can see it. Jerry, congratulations. And Jerry, thank you for everything you're doing there. That's awesome. Fred, congratulations. And see, that was the first time for Fred too. Fred, if that's the first time, welcome in. It doesn't say first time on my small screen here. I have to look like way over there. Gifford, congratulations. And welcome in. If I didn't say welcome. And welcome to everybody. If I didn't see you in the chat, I haven't said anything yet. Jan, congratulations. Ready, go. All those seeds and the 2 adapters. Kessa Kane, congratulations. Kessa, you got a package coming your way. I dropped in the mail today. Deborah, congratulations. Forgot the bell for Kessa. How do I pay? Fred, you don't have to do anything. Here, I'll stop for 1 second. And we've got 30 seconds on Amazon giveaway. Fred, when you came in, all your information is already in and your address. All I have to do is print the label up and ship it to you. If you look down there at shipping, it'll start at about $5 for one of these, and then I'll bundle it when you reach $9.21. That's maxed out, and then you get up to like about 15 or 20. This is like 7 ounces, so whatever will fit into 5 pounds, you'll get free shipping on that amount. All right, let's see who won the giveaway for Amazon. And then we'll do another adapter giveaway. How's that? So if you want just an adapter, you're getting that giveaway. Here we go. Here we go. Tara, congratulations. Tara, you won $20. You guys are awesome. Here, that's an adapter giveaway. Y'all jump in that. All right. Ready? Get your fingers ready. Here we go. Go. Who's winning? Who's winning? Fred. Fred's taking some home. Jan's got another one. Congratulations. Jerry. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Hannah, congratulations. How much would it be to buy all that? To buy what? All of this here? Microgreens? How much is like each one of these would be about like one of those little clamshells that you see? I don't know what they sell them for at where you're at. Between $5 and $8, sometimes more. No, what you're auctioning, I think. This you can get $19.99 on Etsy. I don't have them for sale right now, but I usually sell that pack there for $9. Ready? Go. Hannah, congratulations. Can I see there? Susan, congratulations. And that's an adapter giveaway. There's less than 3 minutes in that one. And we'll start another giveaway right after that too. Who's that? Uni? Congratulations. Is that a first time purchase? Welcome in if it is. Welcome in. Yeah, jump in the giveaway. 73 people in the giveaway. Glory Hobbs, congratulations. Is that a first time purchase? Welcome to Keep on Growing family if it is. I'm saying that for the names that I don't recognize right off the bat. Glory, congratulations, you got another one. Now you got 4. Watch your shipping, should be going down. And after 9/21, it'll be free shipping. Musara, congratulations. And guys, I'm having a hard time. I can't keep up with the chat. So we're going to run through some of these and then I'll get back to the chat. All right. Deborah. I'm keeping up with them. Appreciate it, Hummingbird. Thank you very much. Glory's got another one. Awesome. And then Justin, if you hang in there, we'll run some of these and I'll run a few of the other adapters for you, the older ones. Jerry's got another one. Congratulations. Ready? Go. Che Chavito, congratulations. And welcome in if that's the first time purchase. Ready, go. Susan, got you another one. And go. What are we on? 25? Chavito, got another one. Congratulations. And go. 2 of those, pack of seeds. Speckle peas, all kinds of stuff. Moosera's got another one. Some of y'all are working on free shipping now, right? We're getting up to where you get free shipping. Here comes the winner. We're multitasking. We're doing both. I'll just. And Susan. Congratulations to both of y'all. Ready and go. What do y'all want for another giveaway? Kathy. Congratulations. And go. My auction bar wasn't working. That's why I said, oh, okay, your auction bar wasn't working? Yeah, it should be yellow when we go to bid. Lone Majestic Wolf. Congratulations. And go. Dun, 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 dun. Chavito. Congratulations. And I'm sorry if I'm saying some of y'all's names wrong. Ready, go. Cookie giveaway. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll get in there. I'll see what cookies I got if anybody wants any. Kessa Kane. Congratulations. And go. Truck. Congratulations. Jerry's got another one. It's a bell for you, Jerry. Here we go again. So does this look good, guys? Do y'all like that? Put yes in the chat. Moosera's got another one. Yes, yes. Can you imagine having like that growing all of this? Druck's got another one. And like we said, 14 days. So you can grow. What's the difference if I had a couple heads of lettuce, like 1, 2, couple, Druck, another one. If I had a couple heads of lettuce, but it took me like 45 days to grow, right? Or you have a couple of greens in that. When you can go over and you can grow, this is why you buy your seeds in bulk. And you can grow this much in a couple of weeks. We can come through and harvest some of this, replant it like in like 20 or 30 minutes, replant it, maybe another 30 minutes if you're going to wash all your jars out, right? Replant, get those started, have more to harvest, and just keep the cycle going over and over. And if you guys have been coming in here for a couple of months, you've been watching me do this in real time, right? We do the demos. We've been planting stuff out. Things would disappear from over here. You won't see it anymore. Remember, we had the big radish, and we had the big, huge tatsoi over here. And then we just keep replanting. What do you use for nutrients? This right here is what I've used for all of this stuff here. General Hydroponics Maxi-Grow. 10, 5, 14. 1 teaspoon per gallon. Easy as that. So all of this with that formula. Like I said, we like to keep things simple. There's other things can work and all of that, but we like to keep things simple for everybody. All right, here we go. 2 of the adapters, 8-pack of seed, Kessa Kane, want another one. And go. Hannah, congratulations. Little finger, the thumb's getting cramped. Gibby. Hummingbird said there's no Gibby. Druck's got another one. Here, there's more seeds. Then we'll figure out something for the giveaway. All right? Maybe something else. There's seeds. Giveaway. Ready? Another one. Go. 3, 2, 1. Deborah, congrats. And go. How do I enter to win? Is that Carol? Lone Majestic Wolf. Congratulations. Carol, if you follow me, make sure you're following me. And then right here should be a gray button that says enter a giveaway. You click on that. And if you follow me, it'll just say you're in the giveaway. If you're not, it'll say follow host and enter a giveaway. And that it's as easy as that. And then every time I run it, if you see the little thing that says giveaway up here, click that button. Every time I go, here's another giveaway, click that button. If you're already in it, it'll say you're in the giveaway. And then if you win it, you don't have to do anything. I just print out a label tomorrow and stick it on it and just mail it to you. It's awesome. No problem. I was like lost when I first got on this app. Here we go. Here we go. Congratulations, Justin. Justin, I'll get those other adapters up here in a second, all right? We'll do a couple of those. Jerry, congratulations. Druck's getting a nice box going there. And go. Druck's got another one. You have a lot of seeds there, Druck. Jerry, congratulations. What number are we on? 47? He's taking home 47. Uni, congratulations. Or is that Unicron? Is that from Transformers? Jerry's got another one. And go. We got Druck's got another one. 49. Let's do 50. Ready, go. Musara, congratulations. Was that 50? All right, let me write this down. Some people wanted the self-watering adapter. I think Justin, were you want me to run the regular mouth or the wide mouth? Yes, please, both, either. All right, I'll do a couple of these first, if that's all right. Mike, will these fit on regular water bottles? No, regular water bottles are kind of flimsy now, and they've got a different thread. All of the, I don't know if you can see, let's see this. All of your Coke and pop bottles, see that lid right there? 16 ounce, 20 ounce, the 1 liter bottles, the 2 liter bottles, they all have a lid like that. And then see the water bottle next to it? See the threads are finer, it's smaller. It's a little bit of a difference. The San Pellegrino, that works? With seeds on these two? Yeah, if y'all want, we'll do it with seeds too. Dasani might work. Yeah, Dasani looks like one of these because I think Coke makes that too, right? All right, who won that? Unicorn. Oh, unicorn. Congratulations. I was saying Unicron, like Transformers. Congratulations, unicorn. All right, so y'all want seeds too? We'll do the adapter, 8-pack of seeds. This will be for the regular hybrid. All right, I got it wrote down. So this fits a regular mouth mason jar, and that fits all the Gatorade, the juice bottles, all those that we're going over. All right, and then the pack of seeds. All right, ready? We'll run a few of those. Y'all let me know, whoever wanted these, let me know when you got them, and we'll stop running them. Ready, go. Who's that? Bethany, congratulations. And go. Jerry, congratulations. Is there a giveaway going? There. More seeds. If y'all want seeds, you hang out here all night and just win seeds. Wouldn't that be cool? Here we go. Refillable adapters would be Dipper. I'll go look and see how many I got over there. Hannah, congratulations. Let me run a couple of these. Like I said, those were selling like hotcakes over on Etsy. And I got over 100 orders on Etsy that we're backed up on. But I'll see, I might steal a couple from there and I'll run a couple for y'all. There you go, Justin. Got you. Ready, go. Truck. Got one. Good pickup. Ready, go. Catherine, congratulations. And go. I think we'll go to 60, guys. Truck's got another one. Sniped. Got sniped. I get sniped all the time when I'm cruising other ones. Justin, you got another one. All right, where are we at? 58, 59. I must be doing something wrong, Carol. It says I'm in. Jerry, congratulations. You're in. Yeah, if you're in, if it says you're in the giveaway. The giveaway is a freebie. We're bidding on down below is a bid, and you can see the numbers down there in the bottom. We'll be going, see it going up. I know it's a little confusing at first. Sometimes you might have to come in like one show and just watch and watch what's going on. I was very confused when I first got on Whatnot. Hannah, congratulations. All right, do y'all want me to run a couple of wide mouths that fit the wide mouth jars? So we bid on them. Yeah, the one that I'm holding up, people are bidding on that. So every time you see me say go, that's the bid. Up here is the giveaway. That's the freebie. Yes, no, yes. Some said yes, some said no. I'll run a couple. All right, here. How about 5? And then I'll go count the refillable, see if I have any refillable ones, all right? See if anybody wants this one. Ready? That's the wide mouth. I've got a wide mouth. Jerry, congratulations. And go. Hannah, congrats. Ready, go. Wide mouth adapter and seeds. Trucks, got one. Wide mouth adapter. There we go. We're going to go to 65. Pal Terry, congratulations. All right, 65. Jerry's got another one. Congratulations. Let me go look at the refillables. Wait, let me check my Etsy orders. If y'all give me 1 second. And YouTube and Facebook, we're having an auction over there. I like it. Pick me. Yes. Good night. Looking for a good time, USA. Good night. We'll catch you later. All right, YouTube, Facebook. I'm going to drop the link over here for Whatnot one more time. And then I'm going to sign you all off in a little while. If you all want all the giveaways, everything you see going on, just jump over from Facebook and YouTube, jump over to Whatnot. We have giveaways. We have like back-to-back giveaways. Like, for instance, like right now, we've got one going. Ms. Wag, congratulations. So just jump on over there and I'll go ahead and sign out. And we'll catch you guys on YouTube and Facebook later, all right? All right, much love. You guys don't go nowhere. I got another giveaway for you.